Hi everybody, welcome back to down to the shop and Arlen Studio. I'm Keith and I appreciate you once again for your support and purchasing the crystal ball, which is it's a zombie ball. When I was a kid, one of the first magic effects that I ever purchased was a zombie ball, and I have been fascinated by them ever since. And like so many others, Tommy Wonder, and I think Lusander and a few others, I've always tried to come up with ways to make it a little more, a little different, I guess, and in all honesty, make a little more sense. I never, I never really got the idea of this ball, and one time I think I've even seen tennis balls and stuff that they've done it with. I never really quite could put a use to it, like an everyday object type use to the zombie ball. And so this was my solution. You got a floating ball, which is great, very cool, and the gimmick that's used and the method and all that are just fantastic. But the idea of just, hey, look at this silver ball I got here, I'm going to make it float. I never really, things need to make sense to me. So there you go. And so I came up with the idea that a gypsy would indeed have her crystal ball that she was gazing into, and you could do something like that in the beginning and talk about the crystal ball and so forth, and then at the end get the foulard out and the scarf and make it float. So I've made some modifications, nothing huge, but this one does light up. It has the gimmick. You'll notice it's curved both this way and that way just a little bit. That keeps the ball, the rod part off of the foulard, and it keeps it low enough to be able to have the foulard do a bit of a bend down, so when you're doing it up, it's the rod and method is not going to be as easily exposed. I believe this is called a Tommy Wonder hookup. I've never seen one of Tommy Wonder's, but I do believe that indeed that is how he did his. I know I'm 61 years old, and when I got my first zombie ball, one of the first things I did was I bent it as well. So I'm not claiming that I came up with the method, but I am saying that it seemed kind of obvious to me. So anyways, here's what you get. You're going to get your ball, and you're going to get this really nice brass stand, and I have painted the inside of it flat black so that when it sits down and the ball is resting upon it, it looks really nice. Okay, we'll go over the gaff part next here in a bit. Let me show you this foulard. Now, I've been getting a lot of orders for these. Usually I would just make them up custom here and there, but I've gotten so many orders that I decided to go ahead and shoot a tutorial and sell these as a catalog item. So I will be making these up as well and offering them. This is your foulard, and one of the reasons that this works so well, it's sheer, yet it has this design pattern all over it. It looks cool. It's black. It's got tassels on either end down here. And this is the perfect foulard for this particular effect. So you'll see what I mean here in a minute. The gimmick, again, you'll notice here at the tip, this is where it hooks up, okay? It's just a pin, basically, that goes straight up, and it'll go into the back of the ball, which I will show you here in a minute. These are neoprene rubber, and you're going to get a few more of these I'm going to send to you. These are there to keep the ball from spinning out of control, or whatever you want to call it. I like the idea of the ball being able to move a little bit back and forth. It gives a little more credence to the fact that it's really floating there. But these just come on and off, and what happens is when the ball comes down upon these, the idea here is that it will rest on these, and therefore they will act as brakes, basically, so the ball doesn't spin so much. Now, the only thing that you have to do to keep your ball from spinning is to tilt it forward. So if you keep the ball tilted forward, it won't spin, and it's at the perfect angle to where it's able to come up over the top of the cloth a little bit, down over to the side of the cloth, even down underneath the cloth, and so forth. So, and the hookup is very simple. I have sculpted and created these rings here, and you'll see the hole there. It's got a little bit of an indent, so when you go to do your hookup, you can find that hole relatively easily. The ball and my little ring is sculpted perfectly and cast so that will accommodate a tea light, okay? And it's just your regular old tea light, and that goes in. Don't push it all the way in, obviously you don't want to do that, but it's snug and it fits just perfect right in there. So there you go. Easy to get out, easy to change out. These tea lights do have batteries in them, so you can change the batteries out as needed. However, I'm also going to send you a box of these tea lights, and they are obviously remote control tea lights. So you're going to get 4 extra ones, and you'll get the box, and you'll have the SKU number right here on the box. You can order these off of Amazon if you want more, but these should keep you going because, like I said, the batteries are changeable. Okay, so you get this. You're going to get your extra little brakes, your ball, your stand, your gimmick, and your fullard, and this tutorial. Now let's get into how the ball works. First things first, you want to turn your ball on. Okay, so when you turn your ball on, let's pull this back out here. Here we go. Let's load it first. So we'll load it first. So we get one of our guys out. I'm going to load it. There we go. Turn it on. There we go. Now you're going to want to come under here. You'll notice that the remote for these balls is placed right onto the tip of the handle, like so. Okay, and the green button is on, the red button is off. You'll use your thumb to do these. You've also got a little finger deal here to put your finger out on. That way, as you're holding it, you can do, it's a little easier, a little more ergonomical, I guess. So you will push your off button, so now that it is off, okay? And then you want to place your thumb over the green button, which is at the front. You're going to have your fullard, you'll come in, and you just come up like so, and then boom, you're good to go. It's floating, and then you hit that. Now it's lit. And you'll see what I mean by the little turn here. You can get it to turn a little bit. And there you go. You'll have to look at the performance demo to get the other effect. And then it just comes down and it just unhooks easily. You can, as you're coming away, you can turn it off leave it on, whatever you want. It's very, very simple, very, very straightforward. Um, great effect. A little history on this one. I made these up years ago when I was doing the Cabinet of Curiosities show, which I toured with all over the place for, gosh, a long time. And this is something that I did it a few times on stage, but I really use this for the meet and greets after the show. A lot of times the venue would put together a little deal in their lounge area or whatever, and I'd come out and meet and greet folks and stuff and do a few little close-up things. And this was one of the things that I always enjoyed doing. It was very popular around Halloween and so forth as well. So anyways, this is the floating gypsy crystal ball, or just the crystal ball, as I'm going to call it on the webpage. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making these items for you. You've got a certificate of authenticity that comes with this, meaning that it came from me and was made by me. So therefore, if you ever have a issue or what have you, just reach out to me and I will take care of it for you. We'll either replace it or send it back for a repair or what have you. We'll also say that the ball is acrylic. And it's got a little bit of a give to it. So if it does come off of your gimmick while you're practicing and bounces around a bit, you shouldn't have any problems with it. I always, when I'm practicing with a new one, I always try and practice over the bed and do my thing. But there you go. I so much appreciate y'all, and have a happy holiday. It's almost Christmas time here. Thank you.